The Forever in Our Hearts collection is inspired by the unbreakable bond of comradeship that exists in the armed forces, as well as the romantic love that exists for wartime sweethearts. When I was asked to be part of a team that was coming up with a new collection for the Poppy Shop, one of the things that I talked about was my parents, both of whom were alive during the Second World War. And my father was a Royal Scots Fusilier. He saw a lot of the war that he found difficult to talk about. I think he found it difficult to remember. His way of processing it at times was to retreat, but also I think he found great comfort talking about the things that he had been through with his comrades, those other men who had survived and had seen what he saw. The comradeship that he had with those men was a mainstay in his life. The interlinking circles represent the unbreakable bonds that exist within the armed forces. The circles are marked with the numerals of 1945 so that we remember 75 years ago, the end of World War II, and those that gave their lives for us. There's an inscription on the Love Heart collection: remember me when we are absent from one another. My mother kept a diary while my father was away, and she wrote poems to him, never knowing if he'd ever read them. She wrote letters to him, never knowing if he'd ever read those. I think it was a way of having a conversation with him that would reach him somehow. It kept her going, so her remembering him while he was absent made her feel as if she was walking side by side with him sometimes. The Together necklace is a fairly iconic pendant. It's dog tags, but one of the dog tags has a heart and the other has a star. Love, heart, even when separated, you're still under the same sky. So again, it's the idea that you are connected even though you're far apart. I was very taken with the image of those beautiful poppies at the Tower of London, the streaming river of them that came down, and I think that that's the image that we have tried to recreate to some degree. The Forever in Our Hearts collection will be available online from the Poppy Shop. All of the profits from the Forever in Our Hearts collection goes towards supporting the armed forces community.